It's no surprise that the most anticipated sled on flatland this season is this right here, the 2024 Ski-Doo MXZ XRS competition package with the 850 turbo two-stroke. It's an absolute monster of power and performance, but the truth is getting all of that power to actually hook up is the biggest problem that we've encountered, because the reality of 180 plus horsepower and only 614 pounds ready to ride is absolutely zero possibility of anything but massive burnouts in stock form. Now the 137-inch Ripsaw 2 2-ply track is 15 inches wide and it's got a 1.25-inch lug on it, but what you're not going to find here is any pre-stud option. Why? Well, when it comes to this performance level, real studs are the real way to go. And with Ski-Doo delivering the turbo competition package with a 2-ply track, they know that's precisely what you're going to do with it. Put a bunch of studs in there. And guess what? That's what I'm going to do too. With some help from Woody's, I'll show you how to reasonably stud and carbide up this new turbo so that we can get the most out of the two-stroke turbo and actually get some traction when we use the launch feature. Now before I start, let me show you what I consider to be an absolute must-have, and this is a Woody's studding template. These things are so cheap that you just gotta get one, and when you use this in harmony with one of the Woody's marking pens, it makes your job so simple. And there's a template that's specifically designed to match the competition package and its pitch of 2.86 inches. Now I could run singles or doubles or a combo of both, but the Woody's suggested pattern uses both single and double support plates for a specific alternating 4-2 stud layout recommended by Woody's for the 850 competition turbo. We will be using 144 studs total, which is a very healthy amount for this 137-inch track, and the double plates, which are more rigid, will help with initial launch and drag racing buddies down the lake. Now I've opted to go with the Gold Digger Traction Master stud. It's 1.325 inches long and the lug on the track is 1.25 inches, so it's going to stick out nicely. I also opted for the yellow powder coated single and double backers because it adds a lot of nice style and hey, it matches the yellow sled. The Gold Digger Traction Master studs are designed for 2-ply tracks and are a very high quality push-through stud. They have a patented track trapping head that grips the track for ultimate hold and lifespan, and are through-hardened carbon steel with a 60-degree carbide insert for years of quality traction and grip. When you link these studs with the Round Digger 2-ply aluminum support plates, powder-coated in high-vis yellow, and the double support plates, using the nuts that came with the studs, we have a setup that's ready to tackle the harshest terrain with potentially the most aggressive two-stroke ever built. Now it wouldn't be a complete traction package if we didn't also upgrade the front carbide runners. So we're gonna do that, and I've got two options to show you. Now if I'm looking for something a little bit tamer, I could go with the Trailblazer 5 6-inch carbide runner on a more traditional round style host bar. Or if I like heavier front end feel, the Executive utilizes a very similar host bar profile, but increases carbide to 8 inches per side. However, because I always feel the front end of a Ski-Doo to be anything but light on the ski pressure, I'm gonna go with the 6-inch carbide the Trailblazer 5 offers, giving me more than enough host profile and carbide grip if the trail gets icy or the lakes don't have enough snow. Now with the full setup installed, there's nothing better to do than take this thing out on the lake and see exactly what we've come up with. Prior to studding, I would do nothing but leave a polished skating rink when I took off. Now, I think things are going to have changed quite a bit. Some of you are going to be tempted to throw 200 plus studs at this sled, but the 144 recommended by Woody's is a perfect balance between ultimate grip and reasonable rotating mass that won't negatively affect the handling. The turbo accelerates so hard that you wonder how you're going to hold on, and top speed grip makes me feel so much more in control. Even braking is confidence inspiring, where previously I'd be very aware not to lock up the track on the lower snow-covered lake surface. Steering, I can tell, is much more precise, and this is now an overall very balanced traction kit for the Turbo XRS. I know that I'm going to be using the launch control a bunch this winter playing around on the lakes, and now we can confidently do so without the concern that we're going to polish a curling rink for the cottagers or look like Muppets spinning our track and not going anywhere.